I'm Barbara Renner, and I am the author of 3 picture books about Quincy the Quail. I have one called Quincy the Quail and the Mysterious Egg. There's one called Quincy the Quail Leads His Family on an Adventure, and one about Quincy the Quail Saves a Life. Today I'm going to read this one called Quincy the Quail and the Mysterious Egg. Now let me tell you a little bit about Quincy first. Quincy is called a Gambel's quail, and he lives in the Sonoran Desert, and that's where we are right now. We are in the Sonoran Desert with the beautiful cacti and desert. Quincy is very similar to this quail right here. Quincy has a top knot of feathers. That's what quails have. They have a top knot of feathers, and they make a sound, a special sound. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but if you squeeze this, you can hear. You can hear the type of sound that they make. Now this happens to be a California quail. A Gambel's quail is a little bit thinner and has a little bit more color, like this. This is a good example of a Gambel's quail. You see they have a little more color on them, and that's the way Quincy is. So let me read this story to you. First of all, I have to explain something. Quincy is a dad, and he is a little clumsy. So sometimes he falls over, sometimes he bumps into things. So that's his personality, okay? So let me begin. Quincy the Quail and the Mysterious Egg. Quincy the Quail and his mate, Quella, admire their new home. I can't wait for our eggs to hatch. Quella sits on the grassy nest. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Quella shakes. What's that sound? It scares me. Okay, what do you think that sound is? Do you see this little black square here in the middle of the page? That's called a QR code. And with an app on your phone, you can actually listen to what is making that sound. So you scan the code with your phone, and then we're going to listen to, it's going to be an owl. I hope you heard that. It's a great horned owl, and they have a very special hoot. So Quincy says, "It's an owl. Let's sit still. Maybe he'll fly away." Quincy snuggles close to Quella. Quella shudders. "I don't like owls. They have big claws. They might hurt our babies." Quincy stands tall. "Don't worry. I'll protect you and our family." So do you see the great horned owl up here in the saguaro cactus? All of a sudden, plunk! A large egg falls next to their home. What should we do with it? Quella hugs her own eggs. Quincy puffs up his chest. "I'll move it away from our nest." Quincy pushes the egg. It doesn't move. Quincy shoves the egg. It does not budge. He climbs on top of the egg. It quivers. Quincy tips over backwards on the other side, pops up and blows the top knot out of his eyes. Whoa, that didn't work. Quincy sits down to think. Quella, what would you do if one of our eggs rolled away from our nest? Quella responds, I would cry. We must keep this egg warm and help the baby hatch. Quincy covers it with his wing. Quincy and Quella take turns sitting on their 6 small eggs and wrapping their wings around the one big egg. Then one day, Quincy and Quella hear cheep, cheep, cheep. The chicks cut holes in the shells and pop up their heads. All the eggs hatch, except one. The big mysterious egg lies still. Here's another QR code that I can scan, and let's see if you can hear this sound. So that's an actual sound of Gamble's quail. It's a covey of quail. When you have a group of quail together, they're called a covey of quail. Several days later, Quincy places his head against the large egg. It starts to vibrate. It trembles and shivers. Crack, snap. Out pokes a ball of fur with a pointed beak. What do you think it is? It's a baby owl, Quincy shouts. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Quella looks up. What's that sound? An owl and his mate sit in the saguaro cactus. Don't be afraid. Mrs. Owl and I thank you for taking care of our egg. I hope I can return the favor someday. I hope you enjoyed that story. In the books also are some facts about Quincy the Quail and about Gamble's quails and great horned owls. So I hope that someday you'll be able to read this on your own. And thank you very much for listening.